welcome back to another Gate Ruler video. Been a little while. Haven't been that many card reveals, so no point making individual videos for like one card. Not going to waste your time like that. Let's get right into it. But first, I highly recommend you check out my recent video, which I had my own exclusive card reveal, which is very exciting. Please go watch that video. There'll be a card up there. Support that video because if you do, then they'll probably give me more, and that would be quite nice. Trying out a new format today as well. Let me know what you think of this one, or if you prefer just the face cam. Just want to see what works. Let's get started with the first card of 4, which is for the zombie deck. So we're going to be starting with 2 starter deck reveals. So the first one here is New Tech Lab. So this is a zombie and a technology. Use timing is normal. It's a level 2. Choose up to 2 zombie units from your graveyard with a total level of 1 or less and special summon them. So this is a sort of reminiscent of Zombie Apocalypse. I think it was the level 3, which revives up to level 2. The benefit here is it's a lower level, so not taking up as much in terms of cost, and it is not taking up a counter spot, but of course the downside is that it's only a total level of 1 or less. How useful will this be? We do still need to see how many level 1s there are, how many level 1s there are and how many level 0s there are. Those are 2 important things. So I do believe that there probably will be like 3 or 4 level 0s in addition to Zombie Cheerleader. Just from looking at the set list, it'll probably be something like that. Quite a few of them, but we'll keep track, and that'll sort of decide how good this card is, I think, because there are a lot of really strong zombie level 2s. The level 1s are kind of all right at the moment. But that being said, this is also a very powerful card because it's just manufacturing a board from nothing, and you only need to get 1 of these level 0s into the discard for this card to be useful. So I think that with that being sort of kept in mind, this is a strong card in Berserker if Zombie goes down the Berserker route, which I think is very possible. Strong card in Apprentice, a strong card in any deck really, I just think, because manufacturing a board through 1 card with the current sort of state of how Advantage is in Gate Ruler is just really, really powerful. Okay, enough time on that 1 card. Let's move on to the next one, which is Zombie Cannon. Now, if you've played Magic, it's Fling. So this is Zombie Military, level 0, another counter. Counter is to play this. Use one of the following. Its use timing is immediate. Send 1 of your zombies to the graveyard. If you do, deal 1 damage to the opponent. Or choose 1 enemy unit and send 1 of your zombies to the graveyard. If you do, deal 4 damage to that card. So, both very strong effects there, and a nice amount of versatility here. Now, this card is obviously free. You are losing that card and you're also losing a zombie. Not necessarily the worst thing in the world, because this card will immediately turn anything your opponent does to try and remove your sides into, okay, cool, well, I'm losing it anyway, so I'll just plus, burn you a damage, or kill 1 of your things. This can also completely waste your opponent. Now, personally, I think it probably will be unwise to attack into the attack zones against a zombie player, unless they're playing Berserker, probably. Just because they're probably gonna get them back anyway. Or if they're not, then they're probably just gonna turn around and do something like this, where if you attack into their side, they're just gonna zombie cannon, kill the side that you're attacking, and deal 4 damage to your other unit, which may just kill it. Don't forget as well, this is Atlas. They have ways to buff damage. So if they had, like, for example, 2 Guns and Gold Armory set, this is deal 6. That's a lot. I mean, and don't sleep on deal 4 either. Like, we know that 4 HP is like a kind of, like 5 HP is like this threshold value where, like, oh, this card is very, very bulky. Below that is a lot of stuff in the game and a lot of good stuff in the game. So, very much a strong card. I think the 1 damage to the opponent is probably what you're going to be using less often. More of a Hail Mary kind of effect, but the deal 4 to a unit is really strong. And of course, possible to buff. Okay, next we have got our first of 2 influencer cards, and this is Buster Beam. So this is a level 2 Wonderverse event. It's a fire. I can talk, I promise, it's been a while. Firepower traded. Use timing. Use during your main phase if there is an enemy unit in a defensive zone. So the only reason I think that caveat is there is so you can't. Well, at the moment, of course, future proofing. But at the moment, the only interaction that comes to mind is obviously not using it during your opponent's turn, and Darumageddon, I think it is, to drive one during your attack phase. You will not be able to use this. So there is that. The effect is anti-shock defensive flash fire. Yep, it's one of us. Deal 4 damage to an enemy unit in the defensive zone and deal 1 damage to your opponent. So just do both fling effects. This is a really interesting card. I don't know how I really feel about it because, like, it's so specific to, like, it's a level 2, which kind of sucks, but it's not a counter, and it's a non-counter that deals, like, a noticeable amount of damage and also burns your opponent, but it's, like, really restrictive in its use. And dealing 4 damage to a unit in the defensive zone, if it like it's good, but it may not kill it. And that's unfortunate. If it kills it, depending on the deck your opponent's playing, they may hit a counter off the top that is beneficial to them. That calls a new thing to the defensive zone. It's not always perfect. So I'm kind of mixed on this. I'm leaning towards it's more meh than good, but I don't think it's bad. I just think it's kind of okay, but if you think of any cool niche combos, let me know in the comment section. I'm interested to hear. And onto the final card, Apocalypse. So this is a level 1 tactics event. Counter is set this. The use timing is immediate. During this turn, all damage dealt to enemy units is doubled. This is a really interesting card. So the sad thing is, you are forced to pay this one. If you are using an energy-based ruler, you have to pay that cost. But I think the fact that either you can set up, right? You can set up a whole turn that is going to rely on the fact that you have this card. If you got it from a previous turn, like a counter check, and it's set, and it's there, you can set up your turn. You can call a Victor, for example. Now you're going to be burning 6 with that Victor. You can have a bunch of other things set up ready to go. That's really cool. However, I think another really important use that isn't necessarily immediately obvious is if you have this set, you can use this to buff a counter like you see into something ridiculous. For example, I'm imagining blue-pink knight. If you were to get this, right, so you have this set, and especially if you set this without your opponent seeing it, and you top check, you flip a zap, 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 you can then respond to that zap's activation, flip this, now all damage to units is doubled. So you can then allocate 2/2/2, but now it's doing 4/4/4, or 3/3, it's doing 6/6, all 6 to one thing, it's doing 12. So you suddenly shit out an absolute crap ton of damage. And don't forget as well, you can set this up with something like Craig, which is going to let you just stack the zap on top of your deck, and then it's coming, so you can set it all up. So I think this card is really good. I don't think it's obviously really good, though. I think it's something that I think it's good. I really feel like I have to test it to make sure, but I think there's strong potential here. And, the ability to just delete walls kind of out of nowhere is really good, because this turns a lot of low damage stuff into super high value things. This plus 1 Guns and Gold Armory suddenly turns a level 0 deal 2 into a level 0 deal 6 event. So pretty crazy. But that's it for these reveals. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel for more Gate Ruler content, and of course Vanguard Overdress videos. There was a Vanguard Overdress video recently, which you can also check out. Should be carded over there. If you want to pick up Gate Ruler, please check my affiliate link in the description and use that, or contact your local game store. But obviously, if they're a bunch of dicks, then use my affiliate link, because I'll make a little bit of money, and that helps the channel out, and I'd appreciate it. That's it, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Cheers.